listening to Downworlder Dish, a Shadowhunter Chronicles podcast. I'm Kristen.
I'm Robin.
And I'm Amanda.
Hey, guys.
Hi. How you doing today?
Wonderful.
Yeah, she is.
Somebody had a birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
I'm pointing my hands at myself, but you can't see me.
That's Robin, by the way.
The annoying one.
So how old are you now?
Stop it.
My early 30s.
All right.
It's good. It's all good. How old are you?
Oh, I'm older
I'm
than you,
31.
but still, I'm 33. Oh my gosh, 31, 32, 33.
Don't
Look at us.
say the age that
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
just said I wasn't going to say.
Well, I was
Okay.
about to say I'm the youngest, and Amanda was about to say she was the oldest.
Yeah.
So people would have figured out there's only one number between 31 and 33.
We
Very
have
true.
some very smart listeners.
Good job, guys.
If we have any at this point, I'm
We
not
do.
sure.
I got you.
We see you.
We see you over there.
It's my mom. All right, so welcome to episode 4. If you're still here,
Thank you.
thanks. Today we are going to be discussing chapter 6 of City of Bones, Forsaken. And Robin is going to take it away with the recap from last week's episode.
So Clary wakes up 3 days after the Ravener attack to Alec and Isabel talking smack by her bedside. She learns that Jace's parents are dead and he witnessed his father's murder, but Isabel doesn't go into detail. Jace tells Clary about Idris and the wards protecting the Shadowhunter home country on their way to meet Hodge in the library. Jace reveals he marked Clary the night of the Ravener attack, and the fact that it didn't kill her or turn her into a monster means that she must be a Shadowhunter. Clary calls Luke, but he opposite Vaders her, telling her that he's not her father and doesn't want anything to do with her. Hodge helps her save face, kicking the boys out of the library so they don't see her cry. He gives Clary a little pep talk, and she recounts what happened the night of the attack and what the demon said. He, in turn, tells her about Valentine, basically Shadowhunter Hitler, and comes to the conclusion that someone must be planning to interrupt the Downworlder Shadowhunter Accords. Clary wants to go home and look through her things. Hodge says that she can as long as she brings Jace.
Ooh.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so the start of chapter 6, Clary goes into the weapons room. Jace asks Clary where Hodge is, and she says he's writing a letter to the Silent Brothers. Alex shudders at the mention of their name. Jace is tending to some seraph blades. Is that how it's said?
Seraph.
Seraph? Yeah. Okay. Clary says that they don't look like blades and asks if they were made with magic. Alec is horrified by her question. Jace says that the Mundies are obsessed with magic, even though they don't even know what the word actually means. And the two start to argue.
Okay, hold on. Hold on just a second. Jace needs to stop trying to make Mundies happen.
I
Oh
love
my gosh,
Mundies.
it's like fetch.
It is. It's so annoying.
No, I'm totally using it.
Especially because after this book, nobody says Mundies ever again.
Okay.
I feel almost offended. Don't call me that.
Right?
Okay.
I don't know why I'm taking it personally, but I am.
Interesting.
I'm not a Mundy.
I love it.
I
think
can't
it's
get over
endearing.
little girl. I'm so glad that stopped.
I agree.
Uh-huh.
I don't know
love
why that was just cringy.
Uh-huh.
Well, especially since, like,
I just imagine it's like, little girl.
ew.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh.
I imagined it was like, you're not invited to my birthday party, little girl.
Oh,
Will
okay.
you wait till my father hears about this?
Draco. My
Poor
father.
Amanda. Poor Amanda is not going to get any of our references.
Yeah, I just
at
sit here
all.
and I smile.
I'm banking on mainly other fellowship of the nerds are listening to this with us.
Right.
Oh, I sure hope so.
Yeah. We
I
love you.
imagine so.
We love you.
Yeah. Clary tells Jace that Hodge is allowing her to go home and look through her mother's things, only if he will accompany her. She's able to persuade Jace by telling him if he wants to find out if her parents were Shadowhunters, that they should go to see what's left in her apartment. Jace agrees to go with her.
And Alec offers to go, but
yes.
Jace kind of blows him off.
I think he's a little grumpy about that.
I think he's super salty towards Clary already.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
He's
I'm like,
jealous.
I think this is just like some extra, like a little oomph in the wounds.
Uh-huh.
It's weird that he doesn't want Alec to go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, he maybe wants some alone time or wants to be the hero, maybe?
I think that he wants to spend time and get to know Clary better. And I feel like he knows that Alec doesn't like Clary. Obviously, because he's not being very, like,
nice,
subtle about it. And I think that he doesn't want Clary to be uncomfortable or kind of put off.
Okay. It's a lot to take in.
I think that's way too emotionally mature for what Jace actually is.
That's fair.
I think Jace is just too curious about Clary, and he doesn't like the way that Alec is aware of how curious he is about Clary.
Okay.
And so I think he'd just rather not. It's like, I'm trying to think, like, the only way that I could describe this is no one knows you like your best friend knows you. And no one can give you shit like your best friend can give you shit.
Yeah.
So, like, if I liked a guy, or if I was trying to get to know someone, like, Robin would be relentless in giving me shit about it. I mean, obviously not now because I'm married, but back in the day.
Back in the day.
I mean, on the bus.
Are you, like, elementary school talking now?
No, it's high school.
Okay.
And that, weird. Yep. Mm-hmm. That happened.
And he's so crazy now. I had to block him on Facebook. Yeah, he's like was commenting on all my stuff and just being really weird, and I was like, dude, like, you need to chill out. You were hot like 15 years ago.
My heart will go.
I'm not cutting that out.
On.
I'll bleep his name.
Okay.
Awesome.
I love it.
On the way to her apartment, Clary asks if Jace knew she has Shadowhunter blood, to which he replies that he guessed.
Okay.
Yes.
What the
she
hell?
was aghast.
As we all would be.
Yes, absolutely. She says, or she is aghast because a mistake could have killed her. And he's just saying, basically, I was pretty sure, 90% sure. So Jace turns to look at Clary, and her hand cracked across his face. And he asks what that was for, and she says for the other 10%, which is very,
one of
I love
the
that.
best one-liners of the entire book. I love it so much.
She
because
loves to hit him.
he deserves it.
Oh my
Wouldn't
goodness.
you?
I don't know.
Is this
never
like
slapped
a
anyone.
like a stop
Really?
it or like a
Never? No, she like smacked
It's a
him
smack.
across the face.
It sounds like it hurt.
Wait, you weren't in that class. Never mind. I was like, do you remember when I slapped across the face in middle school?
Wow.
I don't.
Never done that. No.
I would apologize somehow.
You apologize for apologizing.
That's
so yeah,
true.
you would.
It's like, I'm sorry that you doubted yourself by 10%.
That's ridiculous. I would have absolutely slapped him. I probably would have punched him in the face. I probably wouldn't even have open hand slapped him.
I think I'd just been like, what the?
I'd be like, you could have killed me.
Right.
Or turned me into something worse than death. Like, hello, no.
I don't know.
Sorry,
I don't know
bro.
if I would have been mad because, like, I'm alive. It's cool. We're good.
You're far too easygoing.
You saved my life, so it's cool. We're good.
We're even now.
Yes.
Well, and also, he's got to be super arrogant about this right now.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not like he sounded remorseful at all.
Right. He's like, I
Right.
guessed. Yeah. I guessed.
Right. Like,
He's just
I
so
figured,
nonchalant.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yep. So, of course, because of this, they take the train ride in silence. Clary's starting to feel guilty for the slap, and she starts thinking
Robin's
about...
showing.
Right.
Sorry.
She's my home girl.
Yep. She starts thinking about her conversation with Luke, and she's very hurt. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm hurt for her still.
It like, that's
Absolutely.
heavy.
Yes. So there's two teenage girls on the train, and they start giggling and staring at Jace. Sounds like that happens a lot. So Clary tells him that the girls were staring at him, and he replies that he is so stunningly attractive, basically. Like, oh, I know, you know.
Ew. Ew.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a little turn off right there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she asks how they can see him, and he says that glamours are a pain, so sometimes they just don't bother with them. So that makes sense.
I think it would be weird to see him in gear.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Or is
Right.
he not in gear?
I think he would be if they're going to the apartment.
I don't think it mentioned what he was wearing this chapter, did it?
I just imagine Jace is always in gear.
That's fair.
Unless he's, like, lounging.
Uh-huh.
And then
how often is he lounging? I don't know.
Okay, can you remind me I'm imagining like a G.I. Joe tight black t-shirt with a mock turtleneck.
No. Oh my god, no. It's basically leather.
Oh, okay.
They're like head to toe leather. Is basically it's supposed it's some black material is how it's described.
I never imagined leather.
Like an industrial, like indestructible black material.
Got it.
In my head, I've always envisioned
that
it
is
like leather.
Weird.
What did you envision?
I envisioned
like Adidas track pants.
No,
like fuckboy pants,
with the stripes down the side.
No, I imagined like
gray dick sweats. I'll cut that out. It's fine. I'm sorry.
I imagined like canvas, sort of like
canvas,
black, like heavy
sweaty.
Fabric.
Okay.
Oh, like Dickies,
but tougher than that, obviously.
Uh-huh.
Like almost a waffle knit, sort of.
Okay.
Like a thick, like a thermal, like an armored thermal.
I'm just imagining like cargo pants and a mock turtleneck.
They're just wearing coveralls.
Well,
it says his name on it. Jace. But he's too cool, so he wears one that says like Bob.
Right.
My husband has one of those, by the way.
Okay.
He wears it when he changes the oil.
Okay, I get it that you're picturing coveralls, haha, but like, is that better than like leather? Like, is this Prince?
I'm okay with leather.
I think the leather it does not make sense, but I'm sure like visually it probably looks cool.
When you said leather, I will be honest, my brain went to like shiny pleather. Like,
no. Oh my god.
I was like, no.
I'm thinking like biker
the Matrix,
leather.
Yes.
like Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. Like his
Stop
leather
it.
jacket.
Okay, not everyone dresses like your brother in high school, okay?
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that it's not the TV show with boobs hanging out all the time.
What did they have on the TV show for the guys?
Just like
Pants.
basically pants and black shirts.
Okay. So
like
probably
they just
what
wore
I'm
black.
picturing.
It was more color specific than material.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I also, the material doesn't ever really get explained very well.
Leave it up to your
Just
imagination.
that it's a thick, tough material.
And it's all in black.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the main thing.
Okay, so it could be a mock turtleneck. You guys don't know for sure that it's not.
It could be a mock turtleneck. I'll give you that.
It could be.
Okay,
I
great.
was making it sound like a tent. So
I was acting
little.
like I knew exactly what it was when it's just how I imagined it.
Yep. So tell us what you think.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll throw that up on
Our Facebook group.
Yeah, that place.
Yep. And if you have any like fan art or drawings you've done,
that would be cool.
It'd be so cool to see.
That would be super cool. Yeah.
Throw them up there. It'll be fun.
Yes.
Yeah. So once they're off the train, Jace took a seraph blade out and starts annoyingly messing with it.
Okay. Is this where he's like
filing
his fingernails?
Don't think so.
No, he does that with his steely.
That's
Okay.
right.
Stele, whatever the.
Annoying. He's just playing
Annoying.
with his stuff. I imagine
Like
it's like
drumstick.
when guys play with their what do you call those knives that are in their pocket, like a folding knife?
A butterfly
the butterfly
knife?
knife.
Yes, exactly.
A twirly knife?
Yes.
I'm just thinking like when Robin made this weird hand motion, and I was just like almost like a Harry Potter wand motion.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking like if you had your steely or stele, whatever, I would just like do the rubber pencil thing with it all the time.
Okay.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I mean? Like, I'm like, look how funny, it's bendy. Like,
Yeah.
And we're in our 30s.
yeah.
I imagine like an annoying band kid that carries his drumsticks.
Okay.
You
It's
mean
me.
Robin?
It's me.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
Yes.
When I was in like 7th grade.
Oh.
Did you say gross?
Have you never seen pictures of elementary school Robin?
It was not elementary school. It was junior high.
You're right. It was junior
Give me
high,
credit.
but I still envision you with the same haircut.
I love
No,
you.
elementary school was the red windbreaker phase.
I know. That's the one I was thinking.
No.
Okay, for me, it was my stepdad's flannels.
Yep.
Okay, don't look at me like that.
They
I'm
were-
literally wearing a flannel right now.
I just had to wear. I was in the 6th grade and I wore his flannels. I was tiny, so they were huge. Oh, it's great.
I'll post a picture of Robin
yes,
in our Facebook group from back in the day. Don't worry, I'll embarrass myself.
I want to hear about this what was it? Oh, red windbreaker.
Oh
okay, great. I want to see it.
She wore the same she had a South Park shirt.
Awesome.
My Yo Quiero Taco Bell shirt.
I forgot about that thing.
Oh yeah, I remember that. The red windbreaker, a pair of like knockoff Oakley sunglasses that she wore all the time.
Oh, those were the best in the 90s, early 2000s,
yeah.
In
the 90s.
This was 6th grade, Robin. Like it was, or 5th grade. No, it was like 5th and 6th grade.
No, it wasn't 6th grade.
It wasn't?
No, it was 5th grade.
Okay. Yeah. But it was a very specific look, and it was like her hair was all pulled back into a ponytail.
A low ponytail.
Founding fathers.
A founding father's ponytail.
Before she ever like really colored it or did anything.
Yeah, because I had bleached hair in 6th grade, bleach blonde.
Your dad did it.
My dad did it, and he wore rubber kitchen gloves.
That's right.
Awesome.
And it hurt so bad.
And then you cut off all your hair into like a shaggy bob in 7th grade.
We were talking about that today.
Was that 8th grade?
Yep.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I did it twice.
Okay.
Okay, this is... Yes. Nobody cares about my hair.
This is a lot about Robin. I'm glad to get to know her.
I have an undercut now.
It's her birthday.
Yeah.
It was my birthday.
It's still.
Well, whatever.
Yeah, it's your birthday week.
Yeah.
It's my birthday week. I got a free brow wax at Benefit. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
It's so worth it. You also get a free Starbucks on the day of your birthday.
I always am embarrassed to tell people that it's my birthday, so I never get the free coffee drinks. I don't want to inconvenience them.
See? I told you she apologizes for apologizing.
I've told the lady that did my eyebrows, who's like an amazing person. She's like a friend, that I was embarrassed because I didn't feel like I had gone enough throughout the year to like justify getting a free brow wax.
And it doesn't come out of her pocket. It comes out of Macy's.
She was like, people come in once a year just for the birthday brow wax. Like, you're annoying.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. There was a bumper sticker I saw yesterday. It said, sorry, I'm awkward. Sorry. That's for her.
So legit. Anyways,
gosh.
Back to the story.
So Clary is apologizing to Jace for hitting him, and he tells her that she's lucky that it wasn't Alec because he would have hit her back. What the hell? Are you kidding me? She would have hit Alec and he would have hit her back. That is crazy.
Yes.
No.
But okay, put this in perspective.
She shouldn't be hitting people, okay? But
that is very annoying. Yeah. Clary, stop it.
Yeah. Right.
Stop hitting.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. I think it's justified.
Many times.
Yeah, she's hit him twice now, right?
Jace deserves it. He almost killed her.
I don't know. But instead, he didn't kill her. Okay. He saved her life.
Here's the thing.
So,
listen. If you are, like...
He's not remorseful.
It's just because it's like she smacks him and then she's like, oh, crap.
Right.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Stop it. Look. He is a trained warrior. If he can't handle a little backhand from a little girl that he's deemed a little girl. Whatever. Right. Deal with it, buddy.
Yeah, so you're thinking Alex.
Definitely not Alex.
So you're thinking Alec is more like women and men are equal.
I think, put this in perspective. Alec has only ever been around Jace and Isabel. Okay?
Okay.
Would your brother hit you?
Right. True.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't think he really, and Isabel's a total badass and could hold her own. So if she hit him, he would probably hit her back.
Right.
Well, I don't think he really thinks any differently of anybody else. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
And his mom's a warrior. Like, he's never been around a woman that wouldn't give as good as she gets.
So I guess if a guy hit a guy, they'd hit him back, probably.
Right.
So then there would just be a big fight.
They're more advanced than we are in some things.
Right. And they can just get over it faster. Yeah,
sure.
Like, they'll just hit each other and they'll move on. Like, if you hit me, I'd be pissed at you for like a month.
Would you really?
I think so.
Really?
Really?
I think so.
Kristen and I got in a fist fight before.
You did not.
I did.
Violence is my love language.
I have never. I got in a fight with someone I've never known before. But.
It was like in 4th grade that we got in a fist fight. But like we were pulling each other's hair and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
On the bus.
Yeah.
Why?
Well,
you guys are besties.
I don't know.
I don't know. But it wasn't that big of a deal. But I whooped Melissa's ass on the bus in middle school. And we used to live together. Like she's still one of my best friends. But and she'll tell anybody the story. She's like, no, she beat my ass. Like,
Melissa,
bad.
Crazy.
Melissa, listen. join our Facebook group and tell everybody the story.
Yes, please. I'd love to hear it. I want to know. This is Amanda. Please tell me everything. Dear Amanda.
With love, Amanda.
Yes. So Clary asks Jace what Alec called him as they were leaving. And Jace says, now you guys might have to help me here, parabatai?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. Jace says that he called him a parabatai, and he explains that it means a pair of warriors who fight together. It makes them closer than brothers. He says that Alec's father and his father were parabatai, and Alec's dad is Jace's godfather, and that's why they are his basically adopted family. Mm-hmm.
So that sounds really confusing.
I know.
But I really want to get super into parabatai, but this is not the time and the place.
It's not.
Oh, okay. So just know if you are a longtime reader that we are going to
there's so
delve in. But
we'll go in and go hard, but not right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we Kristen and I are talking about covering some already matching tattoos that we have.
Yes, carpet nectar.
Yeah,
awesome. Wait, with parabatai?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you guys fought once in the 4th grade.
Clearly.
So that's your warriors.
Okay, look,
clearly.
You don't get to make fun of us.
Right.
Until you know more about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you'll probably still make fun of us.
I will, probably, yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That feels right.
This is good.
At least you're honest.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I do, though. I make fun of people with love.
Right.
That's like Stephen Lee.
XOXO.
Yeah.
Amanda.
Gossip girl. Okay, but can I get serious for just a second?
Yes.
I know I joked about how violence is my love language or whatever. I honestly believe that the teasing thing is really what makes all three of us get along, because I think we're all the same. Like, if I didn't tease you, then that means I don't like you.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. That's what I said.
Gently bullying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gentle
do that
bullying.
to a guy at work. Like,
it builds character. Don't bully, please. Like, only if you're friends.
Right.
With love.
It's consensual bullying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
You don't actually mean the majority of the things you're
means
saying.
no.
Right. And yes means yes. Make sure you get consent.
Yes.
Oh,
And
sign a
that's
waiver.
your PSA, folks.
The more you know.
Awesome.
I feel like that was not the right tune.
It wasn't at all.
Try again?
The more you know.
Nope.
No, that's not it.
Andy.
Yes, my husband can, he can sing.
I also have a throat thing going on.
We're all a little stuffy.
Yeah, we've all been sick, so
Yeah.
we're all trying not to sound disgusting.
Yes, right.
Kristen, auto-tune that.
Mm-hmm. Make her sound like Lil Jon.
Yeah.
Okay, so they get to the house, and Clary is surprised from the way it looks from the outside. Jace pulls out a sensor and explains that it picks up frequencies like a radio does, but it's for demonic origin. Inside, the sensor's only picking up trace activity. Jace says it could be from the other night. Clary notices scratches on the front door that she didn't see before. They find blood on the banister, and it's still wet. Clary suggests it could be from the other night. I mean, come on. Jace says no, it would be dry by now. Duh. Come on, girl.
Okay, this is the same girl that noticed that nothing of value was stolen from her house in the middle of a sheer panic.
Right. A shakedown.
But she can't think about the time it takes for something wet to dry.
Yes.
And she's a freaking artist.
Right. She paints. Right.
Yeah, her mom paints, and she's an artist. Like, I don't.
That's a good
Come
point.
on,
Yeah.
silly.
Come on, girl.
You goose.
You silly goose.
We get stupid when hot boys are around.
Oh.
I'm just assuming Jace is hot. We haven't talked about it, but I'm pretty sure.
Didn't we talk about the cover?
I mean, he knows he's good looking.
We talked about it, but she has not.
Oh, good point. Yeah, she's
anything,
looked
described.
at him like, oh, he could be.
She just keeps picking apart.
Right. She's describing him, but not how she feels about the way he looks.
The author is describing how he looks.
Right.
I see. Okay.
And
and he's very...
Stop with the curls. Stop it.
Okay. Every YA male lead has hair that curls around his ears. I have never been into a dude whose hair curls around his ears. Stop making that a thing, authors, please.
Yeah, that's odd. I don't like long hair. That's just not my jam.
No, I'm like,
I don't know.
Not around your ears. That means you need a haircut.
Exactly. That's like my kid right now. Yeah. It's crazy. Okay, so the two get into the apartment and it's alarmingly empty. The walls and the floor are bare. Furniture is gone. Curtains are torn down. Paintings are gone. The kitchen is completely empty, even the fridge. Jace's sensor is not picking up anything. He asks if she's satisfied that everything is gone and asks if they can leave.
Okay, like, they've been gone for 12 hours.
Right?
Yeah.
And it was, like, totally thrashed. Empty. She murdered a demon.
Right, yeah, good point.
Demoned.
Yep.
She murdered a demon, and now there's nothing in her apartment.
I just like that she looked in the fridge because that speaks to my soul.
Absolutely.
Right?
Like, is there any soup left?
Is there a snack? And Jace is like, yeah, just me.
Oh.
Seems like you know him.
Something like that.
Except that wasn't really a saying.
Well, no, but he would now.
He would.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I could definitely see him.
20.
Yeah. in future, right. I could totally see him picking up on that and be like, yeah.
Yeah, it's happening.
He's a whole meal. Stop doing that.
Sorry, I was gonna say that's my pipe. That's my type.
That's my type.
That's what it is. That's good pipe.
So Clary insists on seeing her bedroom, and Jace is like, okay, if that's what it takes to get you to leave.
Dumb girl.
And personally, I want to see my bedroom.
Yeah. I'd be like, did they take all my shit?
Don't know if I would care. Like, the place is empty.
I think the main reason that she wanted to go home was, like, to get clothes and stuff.
Right.
So maybe she's just holding on to some... Okay, that's not the main reason. She wants to help, like, form an investigation for her mother.
Right,
well,
sure.
Yeah, she wants to try and
at the same time,
I want to get my
I want some
clothes.
fresh skivvies.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
She has the stuff that Isabel's lent her.
Right.
But it's too big.
Absolutely.
Like, could you imagine, like, she's, like, described as, like, kind of flat-chested, you know, just a more
pixie
petite girl. And Isabel's, like, completely, like, she's, like, an hourglass, like, fully voluptuous woman. Like, could you imagine, like, a low V-neck from her? You'd be like,
poor girl.
Gotta get something else. Can I have a hoodie?
Well, that's the thing, too. I think it's weird. It's summer.
Mm-hmm.
It's New York. It's hot. Isabel, give this lady some shorts to borrow. Like, why are you giving her jeans?
Oh, right? Yeah.
That's rude.
Yeah.
Does
it's
Isabel
very
own
humid
shorts?
I'm assuming she has to.
She does not.
Or a skirt or something.
A skirt, yes.
A skirt.
Would
a skirt.
No one wears skirts.
I loved
Stop
skirts
it.
back in the day.
Does she have some leggings?
Yeah,
some,
in
like, athletic pants?
Yeah, probably.
Doesn't, like, training pants, athletic training pants, cropped, like 7/8 length? Come on.
Let this go. She doesn't have anything. It's jeans. Jeans are nothing.
Or Isabel.
She's throwing shade, dude.
Yeah, she might just be being like.
She's like, oh, these are too long for me even. I'm going to let this little girl put these on.
I'm not. Like, that's probably what happened.
Her.
Like, stuff she just didn't care about. I mean, to be honest with you, if you were to loan someone you didn't really care for clothes, would you give them stuff you like?
No.
I feel, but it's like an ugly on purpose thing, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She's like, oh, yeah, that's not going to look great on her.
I'm going to let you borrow that. Yep.
Like her own humor.
Yeah, exactly. So the lights in the hallway are out, but Clary is able to navigate her way to her bedroom. The door is closed and the handle is unnervingly cold. She tries to open the door, but
Poltergeist. I'm sorry. Poltergeist. That's the first thing that would go through my head. Like, if
that
like,
it's cold.
Yeah, if it's cold, I'd be like, there's
like Peeves is there?
Yes, and he causes mischief. You never know.
You never know.
Okay. Think of this from a mundane's perspective, right?
Okay.
A Monday.
Yeah. Stop. It. You know she's going to do that because we admitted that it annoys us.
I really like it, too.
But you just killed a demon, right?
Right.
And what else is
Absolutely.
There? Like, now all the scary movies are real.
Yes.
Like, in your head, like...
Well, the sensor was hot.
No, listen.
And now this is cold. Like, come on.
Why is Jace going to tell her zombies and werewolves and all this stuff exists, but leave out ghosts if ghosts are real?
Well...
Okay.
He would have told her about ghosts.
But is he going to have time to cover everything
He
that's
covered
real?
zombies, about, like, voodoo zombies.
But he also said most of the stories are true.
Okay, you're right. That's fair.
Okay.
Don't freak me out. I got a thing with ghosts.
It's a story.
I know.
Stop it.
Just think of nearly headless Nick.
Okay.
He's a friendly ghost.
He's a friendly ghost.
Okay, Casper.
He helps.
Just like Casper.
That's all I have.
So the handle is met with sticky resistance, which is just gross. So before she has a chance to turn it, to open it all the way.
Why would she continue to open it? Again, like another giveaway. It's sticky, girl. Go away.
Girl, get gone.
Yeah, sorry.
So she's trying to open the sticky, cold door, and it's burst off its hinges, and Clary's knocked backwards and onto her stomach.
It's her own damn fault.
Okay.
Everything was telling her not to.
So many.
Red light, red flag, stop.
It's like when that boyfriend, that high school boyfriend cheats on you and you're like, every red flag was on.
I just want to know how, if she's opening the door, like, how does she land on her stomach?
I was thinking the same thing. I would think her back.
Well, is Jace right behind her? Is he
No,
standing
because
like
Jace
opposite
is
side?
against the wall,
fumbling in his pockets.
Then I don't know, man.
That's the thing in the Google Doc. That's the next thing I say. He's against the wall, fumbling in his pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just would think that she'd land maybe on her back and then go onto her belly.
Uh-huh.
The lemons and the limes as well as the lemons.
Oh, stop it.
I can't believe it took that long for that to come out.
I know. So Clary sees a giant man looming over Jace. And he's described in the book as big around as an oak tree, a broad-bladed axe clutched in one gigantic dead white hand. The man is vile-looking and smells of poisonous sweat and rotting flesh, like the fridge at work today.
Ew.
Ew.
Yeah.
Jace is standing with a seraph blade, and he calls out,
You don't have to try.
Sansanvi.
Sansavi.
I'm pretty sure.
Chanticleer.
I'm pretty sure it's like a biblical name, and we're
I think it's Latin, I would assume.
really.
It looks
Everything
kinda
is
Latin-y.
Latin-y.
Oh, I don't know.
Hey, Google.
Ask Surrey.
Surrey?
Siri. Whatever. I don't know.
Hey, Tom Cruise, put your daughter on the phone.
Maybe we can get on Tom Cruise's Christmas cake list.
Yes, please. I don't know what that is, but I
He
love
has,
cake.
he has cakes?
Yeah, he like sends cakes to people that he worked with.
Did
really-
someone say cake?
All I wanted for my birthday was a lemon cake, and I didn't get one.
Why didn't you
She got
ask-
Tres Leches, dude.
It
your husband.
wasn't my husband. It was my sweet, loving family.
Got it. Never mind.
JK.
You can leave the lemon
I
cake part
asked
in.
you. I asked you if I needed to bring anything. You could have said a lemon
Lemon
cake,
cake.
and I would have whipped you up a damn lemon cake.
Whipped me
Whipped
up. You
it
would have stopped
up.
at Safeway.
Whipped.
Because
Well, if you
I
would've-
wouldn't have given you enough time.
Yeah,
That's why.
if you would have told me in advance, I would have baked you one.
Okay. Thank you. I know you would have.
You haven't apologized yet.
Sorry. We're wondering why I act like this. This is the bully of...
High five.
This is the bully of my childhood.
I really was. No one made fun of her but me. I was the only one that was mean to her.
You didn't say sorry.
That's like earlier when you cut her hair and she was sweeping and I was like, thank you. I said it like 3 times. It's her hair on the fucking floor. Why do I have to do that?
I don't know.
Why?
Okay.
You're trying to repair her self-confidence for the damage I've done.
She's sweeping in my house. It's weird.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
I'm totally leaving it in storage.
Okay, guys. Okay.
We're all crying.
The blade shoots from the tube, clear as glass. Why is that funny?
Shoots from the tube.
That's how it is described in the book. And I forgot that they were in tubes. Is that ever brought up again?
I don't think so. It sounds very phallic, and I don't like it.
They're in tubes so they're easier to carry in the cargo pants.
Got it.
Okay.
So they are wearing cargo pants. I told you guys.
They're like half lightsabers. Well, okay. They're kind of like a black lightsaber. We're not going to get into it. Never mind.
Okay, so the blade shoots from the tube, clear as glass, with a glowing hilt, wickedly sharp and as long as Jace's forearm. So, the book goes into lots of detail about how the seraph blade works and a bunch of stuff on it, but it's really hard to follow and hard to write on, so I'm going to cop out and go to the wiki. And
Good deal. Good deal.
Do it.
Yeah.
It's hard to paraphrase something that
Absolutely.
like specifically detailed.
Uh-huh.
Is it though? Because the wonderful people that did the Wikia did it.
They're obviously
They're
better
awesome.
than us.
So seraph blades are the primary weapons of the Shadowhunters. They're made of adamus and crafted by the Iron Sisters. You will find out about that later. They call upon the power of angels' names to access the power of the blades, which is why they're naming them. Until they do that, they don't work.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
I see. So he's calling out the name of his blade there.
Yeah.
Got it.
Before the blade can be used.
Okay. I didn't put that together. I'm sorry.
It's really confusing. It's like shot. So, before the blade can be used, a Shadowhunter must name it to invoke its power. Any angel's name, except for Raziel's, can be called upon. Within the Shadowhunter community, it is often believed that when a Shadowhunter names a seraph blade, the blade not only becomes engulfed by heavenly fire, but some of the named angel spirit is infused into the blades as well. The seraph blades are, when deactivated, dull tubes with blunt edges. When activated, the blade springs to life, growing into a bright, glowing dagger. They are clear as glass and are double-edged. They vary in length from small ones like daggers to long ones like swords, although normally they are 2 feet in length.
How do you carry that?
It's in a tube.
But how? Like,
okay, imagine
down
a
your
lightsaber.
leg? But what, does he just hook it to his belt buckle and walk around town with this thing sticking out?
Or like in a pocket.
Yeah.
What pocket is 2 feet long?
No, the blade is, the tube is small. And it grows out of the tube.
The tube is like a handle, like a lightsaber.
Look at this picture.
Okay.
So there's a small tube.
I
want
see.
to see the picture.
Yeah. There's a small tube.
Sorry.
And then he's like, Sansavani.
It's Italian.
I feel like it sounds like it should be said that way.
I don't think so at all.
I'm very sorry to any Italian people I might have offended just now.
Clearly it's Kristen.
Not forgiven.
You have offended.
I haven't said sorry yet. I did. Okay.
Not forgiven.
I totally feel like I've like crippled your self-confidence.
This is all
You're just having a life revelation right now.
This can't be undone.
Realizing I'm really the enemy or the villain in her story.
So, our first epic detailed battle scene unfolds. So, Jace takes Clary's arm and pushes her down the hall, through the entryway and onto the landing. Jace slams the door and locks it. Like, that's gonna stop this giant man.
Is he trying to keep Clary out?
No, he's locking the door behind him to the apartment.
Oh, I see. Yep, got it.
Like, he slams the door, like, he locks it and slams it, like it's a deterrent, but whatever.
So he's fumbling with the key in the lock.
Yep. So the man inside, if you can call it that, is banging violently on the door. Clary backs toward the stairs, and Jace tries to tell her to go down, but the door flies outward. Somehow, Jace manages to move out of the way onto the top stair, so fast that Clary barely sees it. The monster charges past Clary toward Jace, who ducks just in the nick of time, and the monster's axe gets stuck into the banister. Jace laughs, which just, like, pisses this guy off, because stop. He can't stop being an ass for, like, 10 seconds.
Nope. He doesn't have it in him.
Nope. So the creature abandons his axe and charges, fists ablaze. Jace brings the seraph blade down with incredible force and buries it into his shoulder, but the monster takes Jace down with him. So Clary rushes down the stairs, and Jace's, quote, his arm bent beneath him at an unnatural angle, which is just, like, vomit-inducing.
Uh-huh.
The giant, not quite dead, is on top of Jace's legs with his blade still stuck in the shoulder, and Clary is finally able at this point to see its face. And so, quote, The eye sockets were red pits. His dead white papery skin was latticed with a black network of horrible scars that almost obliterated his features. Clary places her hand on Jace, who's still, like, sticky and wet with blood. Ugh, gross. I like how I'm worried about that. Like, this guy could, like, Jace could be dying for all she knows. And I'm like, oh, but he's starting. He asks her if the giant is dead, and Clary says almost. And she helps Jace untangle out of these, like, monstrous limbs. And Jace reveals that his arm is broken and asks Clary to reach into his pocket and pull out a new seraph blade.
That's not why.
Jace tells Clary to look away as he brings the blade down, slicing the monster's throat. How chivalrous of him.
Right.
Right.
Don't watch this.
Look away.
While I murder another person.
More murder.
Like, every time they're together alone, someone gets murdered.
Someone's gonna die.
You're gonna die.
You're gonna die. So Clary tells Jace that she didn't look away because she expected the giant to fold in on itself and return to its dimension, as she's been explained happens.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And Jace tells her that only demons vanish when they're killed.
And she's like, what? And he's like, so what happened was.
Right.
Jace takes his stele.
That's all I think, like, Jenna.
I know.
Me too.
That's the only way I can do the right key.
Jace takes his stele out of his belt. Clary remembers Jace using this same object on her skin the day her mother vanished. And he uses it to connect marks drawn on his arm, which I either forgot or it's something that doesn't happen again, that they're, like, pre-drawn on there, and he's connecting them.
So that's what they... Okay. So the battle... I'm trying to think of how much I want to... Okay. I don't think this gives away anything. So, like, when they prepare for battle, there's certain runes, like the Aratsi rune, that are healing runes that they will half draw. So it's quicker to finish the rune and get the healing properties if you're injured during battle versus having to draw the whole thing.
And I just completely forgot about that.
They don't really touch on
it again.
They don't really touch on runes that way a lot.
Okay.
Like, it's just like, oh, they put a rune on or they used a rune or whatever.
Right. The way I read it in the book was it was like he connected these dots together.
No. Okay, so that's not how I...
Okay.
Like, it was like half drawn and then there was like a piece that was missing so it wasn't complete and then like connected those lines.
What you're saying makes more sense.
Does that?
Yeah.
I must have just read
it wrong.
Like a
connect the dots.
Yes.
And I was like, why? Okay, so here's the other thing. Okay, like, I'm just gonna, like, spoil just the next second.
Okay.
That was in my other thing. It's an Aratsi.
Yeah.
Which is the healing rune.
Yeah.
Does that need to be where the injury is? Or does it need to just be anywhere in the body?
I don't think so. I'm trying to remember if it's ever been, like, specifically said, but I believe that the closer it is to the injury, the more faster affected it can be. But I don't think it needs to be, like, on top of the injury or anything.
Okay. Once the mark is finished, it starts shining and sinks into his skin, leaving a pale, thin scar. And Clary is reminded of seeing the same thin white scars on her mother's back. But as soon as she thinks about if she thought she saw it, the image is quickly pulled away. And Jace's shoulder miraculously heals, and he reveals that the mark on his arm was an Aratsi rune. I said that already.
Yeah.
Cut that.
He healed himself. I really want that ability.
Yes.
To heal yourself?
To heal myself, yeah.
Okay.
I'm constantly hurting myself. Like, all the time. It's like, as soon as I turn 30, I'm like, there's something wrong with
Everything
me always.
hurts.
I'm like, it's my ankle. I ran into the bed, so I got a big old bruise on my thigh.
Oh,
Like,
awesome.
Stuff like that.
You need a new bed.
We just bought a new bed.
From who?
Not a mattress.
Oh, okay.
We bought, like, a bed.
Your thigh. I'm just thinking, like...
Furniture.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's what it...
Is it
furniture?
wooden?
That's
or is it upholstered?
Huh? No, it was IKEA.
Okay.
And as we were putting it together, Jason, like, looked at me and he's
5 hours later.
He's like, you know we can afford real furniture that's already put together, right?
We sell furniture.
And I was like, yeah, but I'm cheap.
Did you just get like a platform?
No, we got one of those like it has like slats, and then it's got like a footer, a header and a footer.
Okay.
All right, so
sorry,
you are not Canadian.
I could be.
Tell me about it.
I'm not.
All right, so Jace tells Clary they need to report what happened to Hodge, who will freak out because the monster that he just killed was a Forsaken, not a demon. Clary gets to see what she could have been turned into if she did not have Shadowhunter blood.
Yes.
When Jace marked her.
So I'm confused about that because Jace explains basically that Forsaken are people driven to madness. Mm-hmm. People as in humans.
Uh-huh.
After like constant runes. So like would one rune have really turned her into a Forsaken?
Oh, okay.
I think it would have either killed her
or started the process.
Or started the process.
Right. Okay. Because basically it's like the runes are so painful that it drives them mad.
Right.
Wow.
It drives them into becoming this because they're in so much pain. They lose their mind and like freak out.
I believe later on we address it a little bit more fully, but I think the very strong runes that are used on the Forsaken, like this person particularly, I think the more runes they put on them, those runes are actually to keep them sustained as long as they can. Eventually their body will burn out, but
that's so sad.
But I think like if you mark someone who's doesn't have Shadowhunter blood, I think they become Forsaken, but then they don't, like, they get more powerful. They, you know,
I wonder if like the angelic
runes.
rune is worse than the one that Jace used just to keep her hidden.
Well, all of the runes that they mark on their skin are angelic runes.
You meant
the eye rune, like the first rune. The one on the hand.
Yep.
I can't remember what that's
permanent rune is what I'm trying to say.
Yes. I don't know. I believe it goes more into detail later in this book.
Okay. We'll wait.
I can't remember.
Cool.
So Jace thinks that there might be more Forsaken waiting, so he goes to head back upstairs. Like, he didn't just almost die. Let's be frank.
Right. Right. I guess Alex should have come.
Yeah. He needs. Yeah.
So a voice calls out, and it's Madame Dorothea. She says there are more Forsaken, and basically tells him, don't be an idiot. Don't go up there.
Go away.
But she uses the word Forsaken.
She does use the word
There are more Forsaken upstairs.
Okay.
So she's in the know.
Right.
So Jace is shooketh. Because Madame Dorothea, for all he knows, is just a fraud.
Well, they investigated her.
Yeah.
And
that's right.
And they were like, oh, she's just like a...
They called her a hedge witch.
Hedge witch,
okay.
thank you. Mm-hmm.
So he just thinks she's some, like, crazy fortune teller lady. Right. But now we find out that she actually knows about the shadow world. And then he gets all pissy because that's what he does. Righteous anger is his forte.
I don't know. I feel like I would be mad if I was Jace too. You knew these things were upstairs. Why didn't you do something about it?
Why is this the first time she's chimed in anyway? I mean, before it was like she was watching and there was a freaking fight up there,
That's true.
Just sitting around.
I mean, now. Like, she's not like Clary, gonna call the police.
Right. She just stays out of literally everything.
I guess
she's like,
so.
She takes that like whole like mind your own business neighbor thing to the next level.
Well, this quote that she has makes me think like maybe she was wronged somehow.
Right. So I'll go ahead and read it. Madame Dorothea says, neither Clave nor Covenant have ever done anything for me. And basically says she doesn't owe them anything. Obviously, she knows more than she has let on in the past. And you're right. Like, Jace has a reason to be pissed off. Like, they could have been killed. He just, like, doesn't have great people skills, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah. Like, if he's so ridiculously attractive or however he described himself, like, he could have a little more charm.
Well, he probably has never needed to.
Oh, I guess
like
you're
if you're that good looking, you can kind of get away with being more of a butthole. That's why I'm so nice. Because I got uggo face.
Shut up. You do not. Oh my god. What'd you say earlier?
I love you. A face for radio.
Oh, yeah.
That's what Lars Larson says. That's where I got it.
It's not Lars Larson, and it's a thing.
Well, that's where I got it. I've never heard it before.
Yeah, it's a what do they call them? Colloquium? What is that called?
Stop with your grammar. Thesaurus. Yes.
Stop it.
It's a paradigogram.
No, it's just cut it
A boo-boo sandwich.
It's a poopy butt face.
Oh my god, this is a mess. All right, so Clary, obviously, Madame Dorothea knows more than she has let on in the past, and Clary asks her if she knows what happened to her mother. And Dorothea tells her to forget about her mother because she's gone. Like,
jeez.
Damn.
Rude.
Yeah.
Right?
Have some compassion.
Gosh.
Witch.
Well, and she's her neighbor. You'd think that she would know her enough to feel like
A little bit of
have some care for her, yeah.
Something.
Kid gloves.
Yes.
And obviously Clary wonders if gone means dead.
Okay.
But Dorothea says that she's still alive for now. So,
like, do you have like a Weasley clock?
Right.
Right?
How does
she
I don't
in,
know what that
like,
means.
mortal
but
danger?
Sorry, I said right, but I imagine what you're saying is correct.
It's a clock where there's pictures of the people and it tells you where
They're
the
on
people
the
in your
spoon.
family is. Yeah.
Wait, that sounds like a map.
A clock.
It's like
A grandfather clock.
It's find
And
your
instead
friends,
of
but old
pointing-
school.
But how do you know where they are on a
No,
clock?
listen.
It's
'Kay, 'cause
magic.
Kristen is like the worst person at explaining stuff in the entire world.
I really am.
Okay, so instead of hours, it has like at school, in mortal danger, at work, traveling. So it's like all different things. So then the picture of the person is pointing to what they're doing. So like right now, yours would be at home.
So each person has their own clock?
Each person, like
Each person
your
has a hand on
face
the clock.
could be, yours and Kristen's face could be at home, and my face could be traveling.
So how do they know what time it is?
They don't. The clock is specifically just to figure out where you are. It's a Weasley clock.
I think they should just get a map.
But it wouldn't tell. The map wouldn't tell you.
Hey Siri,
Like where your
where's
kid is.
Ron?
For it.
We are in the wrong fandom right
Sorry.
now. I'm buying you a
Sorry.
Canadian
I'm sorry.
flag.
I do voices.
That's just who I married.
Okay, so we know now that Madame Dorothea is connected to the Shadow World
In some way.
Yeah.
in some way.
And she's been holding out.
So how is she connected to the Shadow World? Kristen.
I can't answer that.
Right.
No, you. Okay.
Stupid question.
Take away your knowledge at the first time you're reading this. Can you go back to that? Like, how do you think she's
I mean,
connected?
I just thought she was psychic. And then I was like, well, she probably just knows Downworlders.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
if she's got, well, because I imagine she had the sight, which in my head I was like, okay, so people with the sight are what we call psychics now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like I kind of just like backtracked it that way.
Uh-huh.
Your answer's not fun, Amanda.
I just feel like I was like, oh, shoots. This lady knows stuff. Like, I'm going to read more. Let me keep going. I have no imagination.
What did you think,
I'm
Robin?
just being judgy. I was the same as Amanda.
You're horrible. You're horrible.
I guess, like, okay, not to brag on myself, but I'm a pretty fast reader, so I don't think my mind had time to be
Yeah.
like,
Right.
I hope you just choked on air.
Are you spitting it back in the bottle?
Yes, she is spitting it back in the bottle.
You're going to make me...
Just swallow it, bro. What's
I
wrong
was
with your
going to
mouth?
laugh. Do you want it's water everywhere?
Is that you telling me to get back on track? You're the one that asked the question, lady.
I know, but I thought it would be fun, and it wasn't. I mean, still leave it in, of course.
Yeah.
Is that inappropriate?
Yeah, take it out. Cut it out.
Yeah.
Clary is determined to find her mother and wants more information, obviously. she's like, well, if you've just now confirmed that my mother's still alive.
Yeah, she must know something.
Right. Mm-hmm. She wants to know what happened to her.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Right. This is why we're here, dude. I've been here several times now.
Very normal questions. Jace threatens to come back with the Silent Brothers because what happened to Jocelyn could be cause for an official Clave investigation.
Okay.
Dorothea agrees to tell him what she knows, but wants no one to know that she helped the Shadowhunters. So, I mean, at this point, I'm like, she's
a bad bitch.
Mm-hmm. She's up to something hinky. She's got some, like,
good point.
Like, some underworld stuff going on. Okay. Like, she don't want the governing body. She doesn't want the governing body, which would be the Clave, to kind of, like, be in her business.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It seems like that neighbor that, like, might be a drug dealer. So, like,
yes, don't call the cops. Right. We're good. I'll deal with my stolen DVD player.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. We've all lived in that neighborhood. She makes Jace promise not to tell. And Jace agrees, and she tells him that if he breaks his word, that he might wake up with snakes for hair or an extra set of arms growing out of his neck. But she, like, paused. Like, she was going to say something far worse.
Right.
And then, like, self-corrected.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then she calls him Jace Wayland. And Clary's like, what?
Okay.
Like, she doesn't know what's up.
Uh-huh.
And Jace is visibly shaken because Madame Dorothea knew his last name.
Right.
Which is not something that she should have known, especially since they've already investigated her and found nothing. So, like, how unsettling is that?
They need new investigators, I guess, huh?
Well, they are teenagers.
I guess.
To be fair.
Oh, there's no Google.
So at this point,
Sorry,
no, it's okay. After she says his name, Clary, like, Jace is apprehensive. And Clary just starts to walk. She takes the lead and she starts to walk inside. She's like, well, come on. Like, you should come. Like, what do we have to lose?
At this point.
Right.
And then he goes, once you spend more time in our world, you won't ask me that again.
Right.
Dun, dun, dun.
So crazy.
Anyway.
It definitely leaves you, like...
Yeah.
It's a very ominous thing
absolutely.
to say. You're like, after everything that just happened,
yes.
like, you're gonna say that.
Right. Yeah.
So I want to kind of circle back to the Forsaken thing because it didn't disappear. It wasn't a demon.
Right.
So what's the difference, do you think, if you're Clary?
Okay.
Between seeing him kill a demon, like in the club, or when, you know, the Ravener demon, and then a Forsaken who's actually human. Like, does one feel more like murder?
I honestly feel like it sounds like the blue-haired boy looked more like a human. So I think that'd be a little... This one looked harder creepy. For her. Yeah.
And it was the first one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But he also... bled black and then disappeared into thin air
afterwards,
which I think kind of, in my mind, would kind of, like, not nullify it, but it would make it feel more like almost like a movie.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not what I know what happens to a dead body. That's not what happens to a dead body. You know?
Well, I think that each murder, if you want to call it that, is kind of specific in its own craziness to her.
Yeah.
So the blue-haired boy, she feels like she's going insane.
Right. He's tied up to a pole.
Well, and nobody else can see what's going on.
Right.
True.
So she's like, God, did this happen or not happen? Like, I'm just mind blown. And then the Ravener, like, it's straight up, it's attacked her.
Yeah, absolutely.
This Jake comes at her.
Yes, Jake the crocodile.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, Jake.
Jake comes at her and, like, so it's like hissing, talking at her. And that's scary.
That is very scary.
It's like
especially
super
the way it
scary.
looks.
And she just nick of time saved her life. And she was alone.
And it wasn't humanoid. I think that's the biggest thing, is it wasn't humanoid. So it's more of a thing, like an animal versus a person.
Right.
Regardless if it talked or not.
Yes.
Like, it didn't look human.
Right.
Right. But she went through the experience alone.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
She almost died, literally. And this time, Jace is with her to kind of do the brunt of, he killed it.
Right.
Yeah. She didn't kill it. She wasn't really involved. So he did most of the heavy lifting and is kind of able to guide her through the process. But at the same time,
she doesn't know him. As Amanda would say, she followed this strange boy like less than a week ago.
Yeah.
Days ago.
She doesn't know anything about him. She's been asleep for most of the time she's known him.
Well,
or in a coma.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. And he wasn't even there. He didn't even visit her.
No, he didn't check in on her.
Silly.
I just think it's
and you wonder why he got hit.
I think part of it with this too is her knowing, like, this could have been me. This person had a family. This person had kids, maybe, or a job, or a dog, or a wife, or whatever. And
right.
now it's dead. But then again, at the same time, like, he was dead before he died.
Right.
Like, the second he turned, he was no longer a person anymore.
Right.
Was he still feeling pain?
I think he was.
I think they're in agony, yeah.
They're in agony the whole time.
Yeah.
So
it's literally torture.
Terrible.
So Jace is almost like
putting it out of its misery?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. Uh-huh.
it's like a mercy kill.
A mercy kill, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but also on the other side of that, like, because he is human and was a Forsaken, he did not disappear. We never hear about the Shadowhunter cleaner.
Right.
Right? Like, the Mafia has a cleaner.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Who does the Shadowhunter cleaning?
Someone. The apartment's completely cleared out, right? So I imagine it's something similar.
Right. Like, but...
Right.
It's
Who is
Madame
it?
Dorothea.
No. She's the cleaner. She's like, you don't know me. You've never seen me.
I got this.
I feel like it's a Downworlder type people that do it.
You think?
Mm-hmm. And they're paid by the clave.
Oh.
Okay, so Jace goes back and he submits a form.
Genius.
He's like, apartment to be cleaned.
Clean up on aisle 6.
Oh.
I think that it's because, from what we've seen so far, the Institute is deserted. And shadow hunters are not supposed to, like, commingle with mundanes.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's more shadow hunters in New York, you would think that they would be at the Institute.
Okay.
No. Oh, God. I don't know if I should say this or not.
Don't say it.
It doesn't give anything away.
Like, I meant
there's the conclave. The New York conclave. So there's people that are shadow hunters that live in New York.
Okay.
They don't necessarily live at the Institute.
But they'd be around more, I guess. I feel.
Yeah, it seems like it's just them.
It does.
At the Institute.
Uh-huh.
It
well,
does.
and it may be because we aren't too much into the story yet, obviously.
Right.
But I don't think these people have time to send people to clean up messes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Uh-huh.
They're busy doing, like, Shadowhunter shit.
Right.
Right. They've got
like
real jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I think that it's some Downworlder type of person that does it.
Okay.
That makes sense. That's way more creative than I would have thought. I just thought, like, maybe, like, Alec had to come and, like,
Right, poor thing.
clean it up.
Chop it up into pieces. So
yeah, he's
more
like
manageable.
the oldest one. He's going to go throw it in the Hudson.
Maybe it's like a warlock.
Oh,
that comes in and he's
that
just
makes,
like...
that would make more sense.
And it's all clean.
Yeah. That would totally make
Or
sense.
maybe it just gets left and somehow people see it differently. Humans.
I think it would smell bad, though.
I guess
it smelled like rotting flesh.
That's true. Okay, good point.
Poison. But a human that would walk in wouldn't see it, I don't think.
I don't think so.
I think it would be glamoured.
Uh-huh. But as what? I don't know.
I've never thought of those. I literally, my only thought was like, Alec probably does it.
That's great. Poor kid.
I'm like, he's the oldest. He probably does it.
No wonder he's hitting people back.
Right. He's got the crap job.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, that's chapter 6 in the can.
All right.
Yeah.
Make sure you read chapters 7 and 8 for our next episode. We'll see you next time.
We got a double header.
That sounds dirty. Bye.
Bye.
behind-the-scenes content and the latest updates, check us out on Instagram at Downworlder Dish Podcast, and join the discussion on our Facebook group, Downworlder Dish.